tremendous execution.
Lockett the return. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Give them a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
It's caught outright by Graham. That goes for a gain of 31.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
It's complete to Lockett. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They come up with exactly 1 minute to go in this first quarter. Again, Wilson. Complete. Richardson has it. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Now, that was well defended. And as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there. Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. 4th down. Here's Wilson. And able to find Graham. Complete. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
Wilson will throw again. That's complete right around the 8. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. They come up in an offset eye. Now Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Luke Wilson from 4 yards out. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. A post to the tight end for 6. Gosh, those guys are so tough to cover, aren't they? Just in general, tight ends running those patterns near the goal line.
Because you have to decide how you want to treat them. Are they a wide receiver? Are they a big extra blocker on the field? Or are they a hybrid and caught in between? So are you going to use a linebacker? Are you going to use a safety? Are you going to even move a corner in if you're going to play nickel or dime defense? They usually win those matchups because they have an answer for all 3 of those positions.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll hand to Rawls. And he will possibly get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. On the other hand, it will definitely take us to the end of the first quarter play. Second down, 9 yards to go. Now Wilson on second down. And that's complete to Luke Wilson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver, because you got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
And he can't quite bring it in. Might have heard footsteps there across the middle. Second down. All right, different topic here. 2018, the Super Bowl, traveling north, far north to Minneapolis. Early predictions for that one. Who you got?
Well, you know, everyone's still waiting in the NFL for a home team to play in its home stadium, right? So could the Vikings be that team? I'll start in the NFC, and I'm going to say no. I think Seattle, starting to get near that maybe last run with their defense. But Earl Thomas returns. I like Seattle coming out of the NFC. How about you?
Well, I'm actually going to take a Dallas Cowboys NFC title run. I think that they came so close this year, probably most talented going into next year.
I like that one. Well, in the AFC, I'm going to go with a team that if they improve their defense and their quarterback stays healthy, they could be that team, the Oakland Raiders.
Okay, I'm going dark horse. Cleveland Browns.
Let's
go.
Hey, from worst to first.
10 yards to go on third. On third down, Wilson. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play that time on the catch and run. 35 yards. On first down, Procise. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. C.J. Procise, 28 yards. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
That was simply terrific vision by the runner. He was able to use his eyes and follow his blocks and carry himself to the end zone.
And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
There's Wilson to throw. Well, you mind if we go off topic for a second?
No,
you know I like to do that randomly.
AFC
playoff contenders for this year that didn't make it last season. Who do you have that might get in?
Well, I think Cincinnati's got to be considered there. Maybe they'd have an offseason that's calm, and they go into this season and try and get back to the playoffs where they've been perennials. How about Denver?
Yeah.
Remember last year, they didn't have the quarterback to start. Trevor Siemian played pretty well overall, but maybe they can get solidified there and ride that strong defense right back into the playoffs. I'm going to give you a couple a little bit off the pace. Indianapolis cannot afford to squander Andrew Luck, one of the better young quarterbacks in the game. They've got to get back to the playoffs. And Buffalo, brand new head coach, brand new people running the ball club. Let's see if they can figure it out, because I think defensively they can be awfully strong.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Rolls the lone man in the backfield. Wilson backing up. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the ball, as we just saw there.
To throw is Wilson. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And, yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. Second and 10. It's Wilson again. It's caught outright by Graham. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, and that was a nice job of improvising, but it's not normal. Usually when the screen pass is taken away, you're talking just throw the ball to the ground at the feet of the receiver so that you don't get it intercepted and just start over, but he ended up finding another receiver.
Second down following the incompletion. Second and 10 now, Wilson. He almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And, boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. They'll come out in the pistol. To throw again is Wilson. It's caught. Lockett. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. It's caught on the left side by Kurz. 22 yards on the pickup there. And that'll be good for a Seattle 1st down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now Wilson. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
That ball was tipped in the air, and while it ultimately fell incomplete, it caused a few anxious moments for the guy slinging it, who's had quite a day. He knows how to get it into the end zone. He's throwing it really, really well, and maybe Lady Luck is on his side because he avoided his first interception of the contest.
They go play action now. Wilson, complete. Richardson has it. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
A nickel back added defensively as they look to stop this 3rd and 8. And they're going to bring him down. Back across midfield at the 45. 2 minutes to play here in the 1st half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. So on 4th down, as seen on TV, here's their resident strongman, John Ryan, on to punt. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. They're going to give it to him running right. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward. But that's the type of pass play that you need to wait for routes to develop. You need a little time in the pocket, but that's hard to do when you got people in your face.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. And out now come the Seahawks. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. This will be caught at about the 3. And he's brought down after a good gain. And they get 28 yards on that one. And the Seahawks are going to have a 1st and goal. And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate. So now it's 1st and goal. On the ground, Rawls. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Thomas Rawls with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
On 1st down, Wilson. Going right side here, and that's complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. They're going to hurry back to the line now. On 2nd down, Wilson. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Wilson. And able to find Graham, complete. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
It's caught on the left side by Baldwin. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Another pistol look here. Now it's Wilson. He's going to air one out. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And he motions the wide receiver. After the interception, here's Wilson. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now Wilson down around his goal line. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And where the ball is now, you got the field goal pretty much in the bag. Now do you try for the end zone a couple of times?
I don't think there's any question about it. You might get a gift of 6 points rather than the 3 that you just noted that you feel like you already have. Be aggressive, go after it, and try and get those points.
Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now Wilson on second down. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
It's always a good play when you're able to bat a ball away or down, because if you actually tip it in the air, now the offense is getting a second shot at catching the football, or another receiver may come along and grab it out of the air and turn it into a big play. So if you make a play on the ball, make sure it's knocked away or down. Otherwise, there could be some jeopardy.
And the offense looks to pick up the first here on 3rd after that incompletion. 3rd and long. It's Wilson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. Jeez, I don't even want to let their guys get a drink of water. All right, 3rd quarter, let's get to it. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And the kicker commits the kicker's cardinal sin. He kicks it out of bounds. They come out here in the eye. Now a handoff left to Rawls. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. A nice, strong run there for Rawls. His coaches back in high school in Flint, Michigan, you know what his nickname was?
No, what was it?
The Train. The man can break some tackles on occasion.
Well, it makes sense when you watch runs like that, because when you're trying to deal with a train, you're supposed to get out of the way, right? And if you don't, you're going to get bruised up trying to tackle him. That's the type of runner he is. He can pop people as he goes by them.
It's caught on the left side by Kurz. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. Second down now after the pass completion. They'll run it now out of the gun. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it's the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, not it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag. Completed it very well.
First and 10, it's Wilson. Drops it underneath for Rawls. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
And he's got the big tight end, Graham. Touchdown, Seattle. Jimmy Graham, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks are running away with this one. Now, these have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed two, but this one is good. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And Graham's got it over the middle. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. And the offense moving quickly to the line. They go play action here on first down.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm about...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
I tell